In the shielding effect, kernel electrons shield the valence electrons from the attractive force of the nucleus. So recall that the kernel electrons are the electrons in the interior energy levels, and the valence electrons are the electrons on the outermost energy level. Sometimes the shielding effect is called the screening effect, so those two terms are synonyms. The shielding effect or screening effect is caused by the kernel or core electrons and the valence electrons repelling each other in what we call electron-electron repulsion. Of course, electrons all tend to repel each other because they're all negatively charged, and like charges tend to push each other away. So if we look at these simplified models of the atom, we have here on the left a lithium atom, and the nucleus is presumably somewhere here in the center. The first energy level has 2 electrons, and the second energy level has just the 1. If we do the same sort of thing for potassium, potassium has, of course, a tiny nucleus here in the center, and then the electron configuration is as follows: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. Notice that in each case I've underlined the valence electron for both of these atoms, and each of them has a single valence electron. The kernel or core electrons for lithium I've boxed in here in green, and those 2 electrons tend to repel or push away this outermost valence electron, and for that reason we say that lithium has a bit of a shield. This valence electron is shielded somewhat from the pull of the nucleus. Now if we go over to potassium, potassium has 18 kernel or core electrons. If you count all these up, 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6, you get 18 kernel or core electrons, and all 18 of those are tending to shield this outermost valence electron from the attractive pull of the nucleus. And for that reason, of these 2 valence electrons, the one from potassium is going to be much easier to remove. This valence electron of potassium is being pushed away, you might say, by 18 inner electrons, whereas on the left, this valence electron of lithium, he's also being pushed away, but only by 2 kernel electrons from lithium. This is the shielding effect. So, as we go down a group, the shielding effect increases because we add a new energy level of electrons each time.